They want to become this summer's heroes. They want to leave a mark in the history books. And they want people to remember their names. Ricardo Rodriguez and company are aiming high. As far as the market is concerned, this is the most expensive Swiss national team ever. If someone were to buy it, it would cost 159 million Swiss francs. Valentin Stocker is a leading player and he feels the responsibility.
If that's the case, we're certainly a very expensive team. We also have very good players, and we're all very motivated, from the goalkeeper to the strikers.
At 25, Stocker is in his prime as a football player. He just signed a contract with the German club Hertha Berlin. His current market value is 7.8 million Swiss francs. This was calculated by RAFFAELE Poli of the Observatory for Football at the International Center for Sports Studies in Neuchâtel. He has calculated the current market value of the Swiss World Cup team and found that the price has steadily increased.
There are more and more Swiss players in the bigger football leagues and clubs. Thus, they not only get better paid, but they obtain higher market value.
Poli has developed a mathematical model to calculate the market value of each football player. Playing for the national team increases that value.
The matches played in the national team clearly increase the market value of a player. This is because trainers of national teams are giving a clear signal to the market that this player is of great value as he can represent his country.
A good example of this is STEPHAN Lichttsteiner. He regularly plays for the national team. His estimated market value is 7.8 million Swiss francs. But he puts it into perspective.
Ultimately, you're as good as what's actually paid for you. Saying that a player is worth 10 million and another 15 doesn't make sense when no one actually pays this price for you.
While Lichtensteiner thinks market values are not so important, Christian Gattiker, chief strategist at the bank Julius Baer, thinks the transfer market is generally prone to exaggeration.
Success is the priority. This means that a club would rather spend a lot of money to try to come first than end up fifth and pocket a lot of money on the players. This logic leads to clubs paying higher prices than sensible, and this can be dangerous, as there are high incentives to run into debt.
For a long time, defender Ricardo Rodriguez was cheap, but no longer. At 19.5 million Swiss francs, Rodriguez is currently the most expensive Swiss player, even more than star midfielder Xherdan Shaqiri.
Defenders are catching up in price. The trend now is for prices to even up as clubs look more at the achievements of individual players rather than goal count.
And of course, the Swiss players can look at increasing their value even more by winning in Brazil as often as possible.